Do you think they're going to ban TikTok?
I hope they don't ban TikTok. I think that would be a mistake, and I'm not a fan. I won't put it on my phone. I wouldn't want my kids to have it. I'm not into banning stuff in America. I wouldn't want their servers to be like maybe host the like maybe make that independent, because there's no question they're spying on everyone that has it. And you do something stupid as a 16-year-old, which we all did, and like 20 years later, the Chinese government will weaponize that against you. There's no question. Like that information is being saved. Every click that you ever did, they will use that and they will weaponize it against you. That's happening. So maybe there's a way to isolate the servers, force that to go through a place where
that search history, dog.
Oh, by the way,
fuck.
Yeah,
boys are screwed. Your face was so funny on that.
Wait a minute. But I don't think that Facebook is doing anything less other than maybe they're not selling it to the Chinese government yet. Like I'm not saying that like TikTok's the only evil actor in all of this. I think we need a lot more protections on our information that has nothing to do. If you put a stupid video on TikTok and that gets used against you later, that's fine. If they're looking at your Pornhub search history, that's a little bit worse. So I'm lucky,
especially his, dude.
You guys are young. Like I'm old as shit. Like the greatest thing that ever happened to me in life is that we didn't have cameras in our pockets 100% of the time. Like when I was in high school and college, doing stupid high school and college shit, and I did plenty of it. These days, I tell my kids, I'm like, you can't be like a normal kid used to be, because like one of your moron friends may be innocently like videoing it or whatever, and one day that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. In today's world, especially especially if it was my kids, like if you're not like radical on the other side, man, like anything you're guilty until proven innocent, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. Like we've seen that change and shift has happened a lot, and so you just have to be a lot more cognizant of shit that you wish that I didn't have to be as a kid. Like I could be a dumb kid, even into my 20s, and do stupid shit and like have a good time. And it's like, whew, like I'm glad there's no documentation of that night.
Yeah,
but it's no different than anything anyone did probably for hundreds of years of like stupid adolescence, right? But today, that can ruin, that literally end your life.
Oh yeah. What do you think about, didn't Utah just pass something where you have to be 18 or older to use social media?
I think you need a parental consent to be on one of the platforms, which, probably not, I don't think that's crazy. Especially again, when you see what some of these platforms are pushing and, where they're going, that, yes, let a parent make that decision. There's a lot of people that don't want that. Like, again, we don't,
social media
parents shouldn't have any say about what your kid learns in school. I'm like,
I think it's kind of wild.
Like,
yeah.
Like, really? But that's the narrative, and
there's kids that can have careers now at 16 because of TikTok.
Oh, I see it. Which is pretty wild. I see it all the time. It's like it's that had serious careers.
Yeah.
Do you monitor that with your kids at all, or like how is it dealing with that?
They don't have TikTok. I don't.
Do they like ever
kids,
beg you for it or no?
They probably watch a little bit too much of sort of YouTube shit, like this. And again, you try to balance the best of it, but sort of.
It's kind of like the new TV.
Yeah,
for
like
kids
yesterday, I was
right?
stuck at an airport for 14 hours. You know what I mean? I was with my daughter and her friend, and I took her away for spring break for like just a weekend. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, do that.
Yeah,
maybe do some homework and read also. But like,
must be tough as a parent right now.
It's brutal,
man.
right? You sort of see it. It's like, it's a pretty convenient babysitter sometimes. And again, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing other things. I just think you're probably not doing other things 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and so. It's an easy thing, so I don't. But I have no problem with a parent having to consent to a kid using a platform. I think that's sort of no different than anything else would have been.